by it. It is 6 o'clock, so we'll get started. Good evening and welcome to this Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025 meeting of the Raymore Planning and Zoning Commission. If you would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we will call roll. Commissioner Shanks.
Present.
Commissioner Harrison.
Present.
Chairman Wiggins is here. Vice Chair Fizer.
Present.
Commissioner Smith.
Present.
Commissioner Key is absent this evening, and Mayor Turnbow.
Present.
Very good. We have 6 this evening. We have no personal appearances scheduled, so we'll move on to item 5, which is consent agenda. One item, item A, the approval of minutes from the May 6, 2025 meeting. Entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Mayor Turnbow, second by Commissioner Shanks to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion of the item? Seeing none, all in favor? That's 5 opposed and abstentions. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That will pass 5-0-1. No unfinished business this evening, so moving right along to item 7, new business. One item, item A, case number 25014, final development plan, iconic mixed-use development. This time I would ask the applicant, to please come forward and present your case. Or does the city staff have? Either way. Oh, very good. It's up to you, Mr. Matt.
Hello, good evening, P&Z Commissioners. The name is Matt Tapp with Griffin Riley Property Group, 21 Southeast 29th Terrace, Lee Summit, Missouri. And we're super excited. This is the final stage of our development, a couple years in the making. The expression, it rains on your wedding day, it's good luck. Well, let's hope that holds true, because today it's been pretty wild weather, but we're extremely excited for this project. We really want to move full steam ahead. Like I mentioned, we're relying upon the staff report as it was well written, but if you have any questions, I am here. Our architect is here, NSPJ. Our engineer, Schlegel, is here. And our traffic impact engineer is stuck in traffic. Irony. The 3 lanes on I-49 cannot happen soon enough, so she's kind of stuck on I-49 right now. But we're happy to answer any questions you may have. We appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Tapp. Any members of the commission have any questions for Mr. Tapp before we go to staff report? Very good. Mr. Gress or Mr. McCumbin?
All right, good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the commission. Before you tonight is a planning application for a final development plan, which includes a final site plan and final plat together. This project is titled Iconic. It's a mixed-use planned unit development zoning. The project is located at the northwest corner of Dean Avenue and Johnston Drive here in the city of Raymore. The property owner is the Griffin Riley Property Group. This project consists of a mixed-use planned unit development, including 4 multifamily dwelling buildings containing 299 units, a clubhouse, and 1 commercial retail building that will be located on the southeast corner of the property. A future hotel is part of the overall development located on the northwest corner of the property within Lot 1, which is being platted tonight. However, that particular part of the project is not included in this phase. It'll come later once that hotel is identified. The property overall in total is 22.31 acres. There are 5 lots across that property, 4 of which are being proposed this evening for development, including 1 tract for stormwater purposes. There is a density that is in accordance with the approved MOU of 23.5 dwelling units per acre on the property. That MOU was approved by the City Council on May 8th of 2023. That action also rezoned the property from the R3 AP multifamily residential planned district designation to a planned unit development and improved a preliminary plat. The parking requirements for the project have all been met in accordance with the MOU and the minimum standards within the UDC for the approved uses on the property. The landscaping and screening do meet the standards of both the UDC as well as the approved MOU, and that also encompasses the screening from the adjacent uses and rights-of-way as well, with the different levels of screening buffers there. The project's building design for the preliminary development plan and MOU did require four-sided architecture for the commercial building that will be located on the southeast corner of the property. The developer has provided final building elevations that reflect four-sided architecture by carrying many of the same building materials and architectural elements, such as clear story windows, awnings, and lighting to the rear or south commercial building facade. That particular facade will front Johnston Drive. One of the items that are conditioned this evening with this approval is pertaining to the site lighting. The applicant has requested that a photometric plan be reviewed and approved during the review of the construction documents for the project. Staff will ensure that the applicant meets the standards of the EDC for the lots and the APWA standards for street lighting for the development, for the streets within the development. And with that, staff is recommending that the Planning and Zoning Commission accept the proposed findings of fact and forward case 25014 to the City Council with a recommendation of approval with the one condition as written. We'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any members of the commission have any questions for either city staff or the applicant at this time? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
I move to approve the staff proposed findings of fact and forward case number 25014 to the Raymore City Council with a recommendation of approval,
With the one condition.
with the one condition as stipulated by staff. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Got a motion by Mayor Turnbow, second by Vice Chair Pfizer for the Planning and Zoning Commission to accept the proposed findings of fact and forward case number 25014 to the City Council with a recommendation of approval, including the one condition as outlined. Any discussion of the topic, or the motion, excuse me? Seeing none, all in favor? That will pass unanimously. 6-0. Thank you. Moving right along. Very good. So that will complete our new business for this evening. So I will take us into item 8, which is the City Council report, which at this time I would turn to Mr. Zur.
Sorry, Vice Chair Pfizer, I think, saw me prepping for this and thought I was trying to get your attention for something.
Very good. No, I appreciate it.
Chairman Wiggins, I'm happy to provide the City Council report. It will be short and sweet this evening. Since the last Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, the City Council has met in work sessions, and then there was a cancellation based upon holiday, so I have no report to provide to you.
Very good. Mr. Mayor, as always.
I wanted to add that at the work session on Monday night, there were 11 appointments to boards and commissions that were I provided to the City Council for consideration, will be on next week's agenda. 2 of those appointments will be to this particular commission for wards 1 and 2, the 2 seats we have open.
Very good.
So I just wanted to let you know that.
Wonderful. Thank you. That will take us to staff report. Mr. Grass.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will follow up with the written report. I'm still waiting on a couple details from our building department, but I wanted to provide some highlights here before I forward it to you all later this week. We did wrap up the month of May with 12 building permits for new single-family homes. That brings our 2025 count to 67 homes, which is more than double where we were at this time last year. May of 24, so a lot of good building activity going on throughout the city. both residentially and commercially. Wanted to draw the commission's attention to, we did have a chance last week to welcome a new business to the city, 816 Barbecue, which has been out here a couple times with their food trailer. So it was really good that they chose Raymore to establish a new brick and mortar location. It's over on the east side of town, which was really good to see as well, in the former Kelly's 331 space. So they had their official grand opening on Saturday, and it looked like it was very busy. So hopefully that continues for them over the next several months. So if you get a chance, go over there and take a look. They had a really nice looking menu. So it was good to welcome them to the community. And then just looking ahead at a couple different upcoming meetings. Currently, we have no applications on file or ready to be moved forward for our next Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Friday is a submission deadline, and so staff will be following up with you all whether or not we intend to have a meeting on that date. As the mayor mentioned, we're working on filling the 2 vacant seats to have a full commission again, so it'll be good to get those couple positions filled before the next time that we meet, hopefully. And then last but not least, you'll see in the monthly report for you all, we did have a list of variances that were submitted here earlier last month. We had 2 fence setback requests, one for an industrially zoned property and one for a residential home in the city, and then also a building setback variance for a proposed home addition on the south end of town. So the Board of Adjustment will meet on June 11th to review those requests and provide their feedback and review of those applications later this month. That will conclude my staff report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any commission members have any questions for Mr. Grass? I had one real quick one regarding the new building kind of on the west side of town. Obviously, some signage has started to go up. Do we have an estimated opening date for Einstein Brothers or any information on any other businesses opening there?
There's really not a lot we can share with any other businesses that have been looking at that building, but they are nearing completion. They should be open, they're hoping, by the end of June, if not mid-July. For Einstein Brothers, they're currently doing staff training at other locations, is what it sounds like. And then for the overall building itself, they have completed most of the exterior work, still working on some site landscaping. They're trying to get the site mowed right now with all the rain that we've had, obviously. But I would expect that building to be nearing completion at the same time, probably around June, in order for Einstein Brothers to be able to open.
Very good. Thank you, sir. So we don't have any other city departments. We'll move on to item 10, which is our public comment. As always, we do offer members of the public if they would like to come forward and say anything towards the end of the meeting. So at this point, that opportunity is open. Seeing nobody getting up and moving, we'll move on to commission member comments. I will just start to my far right with Commissioner Shanks, sir.
Just thank you to everyone that came tonight, and just it's good to see people in the galley. Would have been nice if we had some of that 816 barbecue samples tonight, but no, it's good to see the new businesses coming in. Any ideas on like the when you talked about how we've seen a double in the building permits? Is that what we're seeing with I don't want to say competing, but comparable neighborhoods, or not neighborhoods, but cities to us? Or is this like are we abnormally special, or is that what you kind of expect around this area?
I'd like to think that we're special.
I do too.
For a lot of reasons. But one thing I didn't bring attention to it. You'll see it in the monthly report. Raymore was positioned as the fastest growing city in 2024 based on final census numbers for 2024 and census estimates for 2025. And so I can forward the list of the cities and kind of how other cities stacked up against us. That number looked at both kind of building permit activity, but also just typical census data that kind of gets reviewed periodically through the year and some estimates that are made. But both of those put Raymore for the last year and a half as the fastest growing city in the metro, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with the things that draw people to Raymore, which is our public safety is number one, our parks and our schools, and just the overall quality of life in the city. So I'll make sure I forward that information to the commission as well. You can kind of read through that article about how we kind of compare to other cities around us. But I think with some of the subdivision approvals that the commission and council saw in 2024, we're now kind of reaping the benefits of that inventory being available. And we still have some other subdivisions that are still under construction. So I think we're in a good position to keep seeing that moving forward.
That's great. Well, thank you. Thank you for everyone's participation tonight.
Commissioner Harrison.
I'd just like to thank staff for the detailed report. I know there's got to be a lot of work that goes into these, and hopefully everybody made it through the day unscathed in the chaotic weather. Thank you.
Vice Chair Pfizer.
I would also like to thank staff, and I'd like to thank the city for being so good at getting the sirens going. We were kind of like, is there a tornado? And so we went to the basement, and I'd much rather be in the basement and have no tornado than not get a siren and, a tornado. So thanks to the city for that.
It's pretty sound logic right there. Commissioner Smith. Hey, absolutely.
I just appreciate the staff and all the information you guys give us and the invites to the ribbon cuttings and stuff like that. So, thank you.
Mayor Turnbow, sir.
So for the record, and for those who may be listening to us online, the case number 25014 has been on the city's radar for some time now. This project has gone through several iterations of what best fits our community, and our developer has worked very well with us to ensure that a quality product is the end product that we want and we receive. They have been extremely how do I want to put this? They cognizant of our growing community and what multifamily means to our growth. It's been a topic of discussion before. Griffin Riley has placed several extremely beautiful projects in the city of Lee Summit. They've got at least 2 projects here, one that has almost fully lived in down at the venue, and then the other project, what's that one, Dave?
Ascend was the most recently.
Yeah, so
completed.
thank you, yeah. And those are being looked at by a lot of folks. Not quite done yet. Some are starting to be occupied, but the great pieces of development that I think add a degree of variety of housing to our community. This project will do exactly that. We'll offer some commercial, hopefully bring us a premier hotel, which we sorely need in our community. It's growing as much as it has. And the process might look like it went by very quickly tonight, but there is so much work that's been done, not only by this appointed body, but by the staff that works very hard to ensure that a quality product comes before you, so you're not angsting over tiny little details here and there. And I just want to remind folks that this body, as well as staff and the people that want to develop in our community, know exactly the kind of community and why we are one of the fastest growing cities in the region, and it is a quality development that we are excited for. So I wanted to make that point tonight. It kind of went through fairly quickly, but it's not the first time we've seen this project, and there has been a lot of discussion over it over the last couple of years to get to this point. So thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you for those words, because it did definitely go quick, but I remember when this project came to us, and we spent quite a bit of time talking about, like dead-end streets and traffic safety and, being able to provide. So, yeah, excellent comments there, sir, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, as always, to staff for everything you do. I really don't have a whole heck of a lot of anything. I guess the only other thing that I would possibly add is if we don't have a meeting on the 13th, Mr. Mayor, maybe you can confirm, did I see the city's celebration is the 27th of?
It'll be the last Friday of the month of
so,
June. Yeah.
So if we don't have a meeting on the 23rd, happy 4th of July. Well, we would potentially meet at the beginning of July, but the celebration would be
right.
The weekend before 4th of July. So that Friday down at Recreation Park. So other than that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Mayor, motion to adjourn by Mayor Turnbow, second by Commissioner Smith. All in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.